Are you 20 and looking for a boyfriend? Or 40 and want to feel loved again? Single events, the absolute matchmaker, the real dating link-up, are usually the go-to. But things are changing real fast. It turns out, men are no longer attending single events. Nope, not any longer. Instead, they dread it. To men now, single events are the stuff of nightmares. What is the reason behind this? Let's find out. 1. To avoid humiliation. Imagine finding yourself as one of the few men attending these gatherings meant for singles, only to feel overlooked by a crowd of women because you don't meet their standards of height, attractiveness, wealth, or charisma, and the criticisms seem endless. When women dismiss men, the response often feels harsh, unkind, embarrassing, and delivered directly. Conversely, when men turn down women, it's typically done with gentleness, compassion, understatement, and subtly perhaps by simply opting out of attending such events. So which gender is the empathic one again? Because of this, men are running from single events. Who wants to feel embarrassed? They're pulling back from society en masse because for years they've been told that they don't matter and that the future is female. Women can have their pick of any man. If a woman doesn't like a man, she can easily label him as a creep just for showing interest. Men are even seen as naturally toxic. Men have finally had enough disrespect, and they're going their own way, focusing on purpose and enjoying inner peace. 2. To avoid criticism. Considering that it's usually men who need encouragement to attend these gatherings, the organizer ought to incentivize women to participate by offering them challenges while granting free entry to men. Those eager, longing women will likely pay their way, similar to how men often cover expenses at bars. Attending a singles event as a man can feel akin to stepping into Judge Judy's courtroom, except here there are 50 judges, each seemingly 100 times more judgmental. And now comes the moment where the man has to make his way to the closest table and begin the process of breaking the ice. Quite the task, isn't it? It's a fact. The men these women desire typically don't require the assistance of a singles event because they already fulfill all the criteria. They effortlessly attract attention from women no matter where they go. 3. Tired of feminists. Men often prefer to avoid interactions with feminists, and it seems like almost all women in a single event identify as feminists. Instead, these men are focusing on advancing their careers, nurturing their interests, and building meaningful friendships. Many of them opt to postpone marriage until they reach their 30s, realizing that they are the ones who hold value as the providers, breadwinners, and leaders within a marriage. Men have distanced themselves from the single events for quite some time now. The competitive nature of relationships often puts them at a disadvantage. While women are out there looking for relationships, guys are more careful. It makes sense. Aware of the biases and injustices stacked against them in the legal system, they're hesitant to heed women's calls or be swayed by dramatic displays of emotion. Even innocent men have suffered at the hands of both women and the law. They've opted to forego the institution of marriage, recognizing the risks involved, particularly within a flawed family court system. It's a decision that warrants serious contemplation. Do you truly want to risk losing half or more of everything you've worked for? The potential mental, emotional, and financial toll of marriage outweighs its perceived benefits. This has made men shy away from single events in general. They don't want to commit fully to anyone unless they are absolutely sure. 4. It helps reduce cost. The men who attend these lopsided gatherings akin to job interviews are often required to pay for their participation. This, in our view, only serves to underscore the lack of understanding among the women who organize such singles events. It's both disheartening and ironic how these single events often require men to pay while women attend for free. Imagine if it costs $1,000 for men and nothing for women. Naturally, there will be more women than men at the event. But what's the incentive for men? Those who do attend are likely more interested in meeting high-class professional women who sell their services rather than someone they'd consider committing to. At $1,000 per person, men aren't likely to pursue women who are overweight, have children, or are deemed unattractive. 5. Unrealistic women. Most of these women in single events are just unrealistic. For example, a man dreaming of owning a Ferrari knows he must work hard to make it a reality. On the other hand, women may only strive to flaunt it. They perceive settling for an ordinary boyfriend who loves and trusts them, a modest home, and a typical car as a compromise at best or a catastrophe at worst. This misconception that they deserve life's very best sets many women up for disappointment. They often flock together in groups, making it nearly impossible for men to single one out. It's a bit futile for guys. So if a woman wonders, what's wrong with men? The answer is simple: nothing. They simply have reasonable expectations and seek partners who share them. They desire genuine partnerships built on mutual respect and understanding. They crave a peaceful home life, not added stress from constant conflict. 6. Online dating. On dating platforms, men's success is often measured by their attractiveness and financial status, creating a challenging environment where these factors heavily influence dating opportunities. Attractiveness is subjective, but studies show that individuals perceived as more physically attractive tend to receive more attention and matches. Similarly, financial status can play a significant role, as it may indicate stability, ambition, and potential for providing security. Now here's the thing. Many women who go to singles events have already spent a lot of time on dating apps, swiping through lots of guys. They're hoping to find someone really great, someone who can give them everything they want. This mindset has made them ignore a lot of men during single events. It have also made men start to avoid these events because they feel like they can't measure up to what women are looking for. 7. Most single events are not age-appropriate. Singles can be found in all age brackets. Most of them range from 30s to their 80s. However, if you're hoping to begin a family, joining a singles event tailored for those over 50 might not offer the best odds of meeting someone with similar intentions. When it comes to dating, it's important to assess whether your potential partner is in sync with your life stage. Sharing common interests like favorite foods or skiing isn't sufficient. Your aspirations for the future must also harmonize. Age can factor into this equation. 8. Single event. Usually focuses on a common point. Many singles events are tailored to specific interests. For instance, you might find gatherings centered around outdoor adventures or cooking classes focused on a particular cuisine. If these activities don't spark your interest and you're seeking an event more aligned with your hobbies, rest assured, there are options out there. While it's true that opposites can attract, a singles event often serves as a starting point for a potential first date. Thus, if you're partaking in a hiking excursion with a singles group, but hiking isn't your cup of tea, you might feel out of place or hesitant to participate again. Checking new horizons and acquiring new skills can be enriching experiences. However, if you opt to do so at singles events, ensure that the activity caters to beginners like yourself, if applicable. This way, you'll have the opportunity to meet individuals in similar circumstances. Essentially, finding common ground is key, even if it means bonding over being newbies at a particular skill. Alright guys, we've come to the end of this video, and if you enjoyed it, do well to click on the like and subscribe buttons. Don't forget to check other videos on our playlist. We've got some amazing contents for you. See you in our next video.